Yeah, after 24 years, a Nigerian has emerged as the CAF Player of the Year. The last person who won it was Nwankwo Kanu in 1999. And of course, Nigeria, I'm sure, at Olusegun precisely in Ojota area of Lagos State, those people might not sleep in that community tonight because that was where Victor Osimhen grew up. That was where he lived with his parents in just a room apartment. I've been there, privileged to be there once. And of course, the history is completed now. He has been crowned as the best player on the continent of Africa after a very, very successful year for the young man. Kado Gundari is here. Together, we'll be doing just this few minutes to talk about how the CAF Awards went down in Marrakesh, Morocco. Kado, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Femi. As usual, it's always a pleasure. Today is a double pleasure to be here.
I know you're going to say that. Kado, there's been so much doubt before before tonight in Morocco because a lot of people thought it was going to be a night for Achraf Hakimi, being that Morocco were hosting, and of course with what the fairy tale run Morocco had at the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar, but eventually it was the night for Victor Osimhen. Why do you think Victor Osimhen won this award? What were the things you thought played out in his favor?
The first and the most important one for me was the fact that he thoroughly deserved to win. That's it. We should not lose sight of that fact. Of course, there are other extraneous factors surrounding it, but the truth is, on the basis of his performance, he deserved to win. Left for neutral observers, there wasn't going to be any doubt about his winning. But like we always say, CAF will always be CAF. You never can tell with CAF. That was why there was this trepidation that what if they didn't announce him as the winner? What if they announced somebody else? Of course, we would have just gone home and there wouldn't be nobody would have said anything. Nothing. Because it is the award, and like I always told you, Femi, it is a subjective award. Your best player might not be my own best player. So those who voted, he is the best player of those who voted. And for now, they are the ones who counted. Because you and I, our opinions don't count. So in their opinion, he was the best player. And I also agree with them because he had been phenomenal. If you place him side by side with the other people who made the final shortlist, you ask yourself, what he achieved with Napoli, would Napoli have achieved that without him? Would Morocco have achieved what they did without Hakimi? Would PSG have won the league without Hakimi? Yes. Would Morocco have done what they did at the World Cup without Hakimi? Yes, because honestly, I may be. I'm not expecting everybody to agree with me, but for me, Hakimi was not the best.
It was more of a team of
the Moroccan team at the World Cup. He wasn't the best player there, but it is what it is. Sometimes nature just conspires to project you like that. That's why we see Hakimi, and because of course, like I said yesterday, he was their highest profile player. That's why they tried to just project him. Left for me, we saw when Osimhen was injured last season, which that should be last season before last now. We saw how the team suffered in his absence, and he came back after like 10 weeks. He was still the highest goal scorer. That should tell you that he is a very, very strong fixture in that team. And he propelled them to the league. People often lose sight of one fact, Femi, that if you are not Juve, you are not Inter, you are not Milan, it is not easy to win the Italian league. If you are not any of those three. So for him to lead Napoli to the title, and I imagine highest goal scorer, that was something to celebrate.
Yeah. In 125-year history of the Italian league, no African player has won the Golden Boot. And Osimhen did that with 26 goals for Napoli. Now, let's look at the impact of this on Nigerian football. Like I said in the intro, the last time the Nigerian one was in 1999. That was 24 years ago. What impact do you think this is going to have on Nigerian football? And again, do you think this is going to increase because Osimhen's worth in the market now?
Oh, definitely. That should be. The thing there is, I was not sure whether he made the right decision to stay with Napoli at the end of last season. I wasn't too sure. Now, because of the way things have gone down this season thus far, his net worth would have plummeted. But with this award Femi, I can tell you, it will rise again as to this. So for me, I think for Osimhen is a win-win. Bearing any injuries, no matter how he ends up this season, he should be thinking of a move, because, well, we shouldn't talk about the environment at Napoli. This is the time to celebrate. We shouldn't be talking about all of that. I think he has outgrown Napoli. Now, he has shown in 3 seasons what he is capable of doing. Now, if he can do it in the Italian Serie A, it shows that if he goes to Spain or England, it should be a walk in the park for him. So, to answer your question, to backtrack and answer your question again, yes, it will affect his worth. Then the way it is going to affect Nigerian players is there are Nigerian players all around that they would see him as a source of inspiration, that if Osimhen could do it, I could also do it. This will go for all African players, not only Osimhen. That if Osimhen could do it, I will also do it. And you know, the very best part of this award for me, Femi, was his acceptance speech. He recognized the impact of Amunike in his life, and he also saluted all those who have come before him. All of them. He saluted all of them. That for me is a way of saying, yeah, I recognize greatness when I see it. And critically, he also said something that he apologized for all his shortcomings, because he knew there was a time he had some spat with some people on social media and everything. So for me, I see an Osimhen who has grown as a person and as a footballer. I think that for me is the most important part of this award.
Okay, Akara, they're talking about Amunike. I saw a video footage of football icons. They were in transit on a bus. I suspect they were heading for this particular award in Morocco. And they sampled their opinion on who they thought was going to win the award. And I saw Elijah Diop said it was going to be him, hilariously. But Amunike said Mohammed Salah. And on social media, a lot of Nigerians didn't find that funny. What do you think?
Well, like I said, I have said this in the intro, Femi. I said awards like this are subjective, and you know more than any other person might.
But this is Osimhen played under Amunike in
Listen,
the
the Osimhen that played under Amunike is not this Osimhen. Let's not forget that. But like I said, for those who are criticizing Amunike for what he said, I've always told you, Femi, that these awards are subjective. Amunike, in his own opinion, felt Salah did more than all of these people. That doesn't mean he doesn't like Osimhen. No, that is just his own honest opinion. If you ask me, probably I will mention somebody else. That is my own opinion. But the most important thing is the plurality of votes came for Osimhen, and we are all happy for him. And he was gracious enough to acknowledge the impact of Amunike in his life. So for me, I'm not going to throw Amunike's comments away. That was his own best player in his estimation.
Okay, of course, just so on the inside, let's also look at Nigeria. Of course, they won the female national team of the year for CAF, and we saw Chiamaka Nnadozie winning the best goalkeeper on the continent, and of Asisat Oshoala for the 6th time. I think it was just a night of decoration for Nigeria.
Yeah, we won. I think for Nigeria won big at the awards tonight, Femi. They won big, in fact, more than what I expected. Although, on hindsight, now probably why I didn't expect they were going to win this much was because of the tension. Because the categories they won, I didn't see any other person winning in those categories. Number one, team of the year for the women. I mean, they did brilliantly at the AFCON in Morocco. At the World Cup, they were very, very superb. They did the outdoor.
But they finished fourth at the AFCON. They finished fourth in Morocco.
But the fact is, Femi, you knew all the drama that surrounded their game, especially the semi-final against the home team, Morocco. That game, for me, cemented their status. That they ended the game with 9 players, if I'm not mistaken, and they could only lose on penalties. When you go to penalties, even if you have 11 players, you could still have lost. So for me, that cemented Nigeria's place, if it had ever been in doubt because of the recent what do you call it? So for me, that was one. Then when you talk about the goalkeeper of the year, I mean, nobody was going to take it away from Chiamaka. Nobody. In fact, I wrote on social media that if any other person had wins that award, I was going to walk naked from here to Morocco. Yeah, I said so. I said I was going to walk here naked to Morocco if any other person had won it. Then for Oshoala, I mean, what else can I say about Oshoala? She has dominated the game, Although, Femi, the reason why people are not giving her flowers yet is because she's still playing. That girl, for me, is the greatest African footballer of all, women footballer of all time. Nobody comes close to her. Let's not deceive ourselves. But you know the problem, because she's still playing, that's why we feel, I can remember when this person was playing. No. Although, let me quickly say something, Femi. I have my own favorite player. My own favorite all-time best player, Nigeria of Nigerian origin. It is not Oshoala, I can tell you. But that does not becloud me from recognizing what Oshoala has achieved. For me, she's the greatest of all time. No doubt about it. But that's my own personal opinion. So in all of those categories, and then for Osimhen too, we knew what he had done. Why we were afraid, so to speak, was because nobody knew what
CAF could be CAF.
CAF
could be CAF anytime.
Always would be CAF as always. So that's what I think. And it was a good one. All the awards, I think they were basically fair this year, Femi. I don't think anybody would have any issues with the winners. I'm not going to talk about the nominees, but the winners, I'm not sure. I don't have any problem with the winners anyway.
No. All right, Kayode. Though we are Nigerians, but of course our broad field is football on the continent. But let's look at it. Does this signify development in Nigerian football as we round up?
No, it does not, Femi. Unfortunately, when you see Nigeria winning big like this on the world stage, it is possible to cover up all the shortcomings because we will think all is well. The fact that we have won underage football competitions all this way, that's why we didn't know the extent of rot that was in Nigerian football. Now, this could also cover up that, all is well. No, all is not well. Femi, all is not well. No, I do not agree. All is not well. We should try. We should be intentional about making changes. We should be intentional. Okay, the FA president was in Morocco. He could take a tour. Look at what Morocco, what they are putting in place.
Are doing right.
Yeah, these are infrastructures that will outlive everybody who is in that hall tonight. So that's what we should be talking about. We should move from this point of view of, we qualified for this tournament, we qualified for that tournament. That is not football development. We won the Under-17 World Cup, we won the Under-20 World Cup. That is not football development. In fact, that one we are even struggling to qualify. So we are not even qualifying again. So that should tell you that is not how to measure progress. I hope Serie will prevail. Nigeria will get it right at a point, but it's not looking bright at the moment.
Thank you so much for your incisive analysis. And of course, to fans and viewers around the world, like we told you, please keep your fingers crossed as we bring you a daily countdown to the build-up of the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. We told you today it is 33 days, and of course, some countries are already setting, plans in motion about where they're going to be camping. Remember, we talked about the Black Stars in the morning. That the Sports Ministry and Development said they've not received any plan regarding where the Black Stars will be camping for the tournament. So please, our daily countdown will be kicking off in the midweek daily before the kickoff of that competition. Once again, thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you very much, Femi. See you soon.
All right. So we see you all on our daily countdown. Bye for now. I remain Achraf.